Are you Miss Staples?
Yes, how can I help you?
So we got kind of a weird phone call. Do you know Latricia?
No.
No.
I don't know anybody out here.
Some lady called DCFS. And,
What?
And kind of made some claims that you had a child that accidentally shot themselves.
Absolutely not.
No, it sounds crazy to me too. That's what.
I am so sorry about this.
Hi guys.
Hey.
I've never started off a video like this.
Okay.
Like with body cam footage.
It's fun.
It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. But I know y'all are confused. So let's get into it. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Justice 4. We are your host.
I'm Jackie.
And I'm Sam. Today's case is about Zion Staples. If you are on TikTok, I guarantee you've seen this body footage maybe once or twice. If you're on True Crime Talk, we are, obviously. Before I continue on with this case, I want to point out a couple of discrepancies that I have come across for this case.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of articles that have Zion's last name as Williams. There's also multiple sources that state he was 9 and others that state he was 10. Most of them are of him being 10. I'll touch on this in a little bit. The mother's age was also an issue. I saw 37, 38, 43, all over the board. I found court documents that indicated that she was in fact 37 and Zion was 10.
Okay. It also could be a difference in a birthday for when something's being reported and when it happened, and
Yes.
Ages get really confusing depending on what article you're reading for when it was written.
Yes, it was a lot. Our story today takes place in Rock Island, Illinois. It is a town of 36,132 people as of the 2023 census. Okay. The Mississippi River runs just to the north of it and actually doubles as the state line between Illinois and Iowa. It's home to the Rock Island Arsenal, which is an Army military base.
I thought you were going to say like a baseball team.
No, it's actually an arsenal.
Okay.
There's also a lot of Wild West history in this town.
Oh, I like
which
this.
Is kind of cool. And there's some old sports history that I obviously loved, but I didn't want to bore you with. Yep, I knew that face was going to come. But honestly,
like what sport?
NFL and baseball.
See, I had the baseball senses.
You're tingling?
Baseball tingling. Little tingling baseball senses.
But honestly,
I don't even like baseball, so I don't know why.
Anyway, Rock Island looks like a cute and charming town, though.
Okay.
On the night of July 25th of 2023, so not that long ago, the police went to a house in Rock Island, Illinois. They were called out because they received a pretty alarming and concerning call from a lady stating that there was a child at a house that shot themselves. Yeah.
So are we needing medical attention, or are we just stating something that we think happened?
I'm getting into it.
Because we don't sound very...
The original call actually went to DCFS, and it was concerning enough that it was dispatched to the police to go out and do a welfare check.
Okay.
The specific person that called was named Latricia, but that's the only information I have on her. She wanted to remain essentially anonymous throughout the process.
Okay.
She was supposedly a neighbor and a friend of the mother of the child for many years. She claims that she called many times before.
Do we have any records of her?
Here's a clip.
Police received information from a woman who had known Staples for many years.
At first, it was just like a regular phone call, like how you been doing and stuff like that. And then I heard her crying a little bit. And I asked her, I said, "What's wrong?" And she just stated to me that Christmas will never be the same again. She then stated to me, I said, "Why? What happened?" And she was hesitant to bring it out and tell me. She then told me that her son had she was gone from the house, and she told me that her son had shot himself.
And who do you know her son as?
Zion.
Okay.
Okay, so that answered some questions I had. Not random kids and random rumors coming back like I was thinking. Legit, mom just said, oh yeah, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
The fuck?
Yeah. This friend went on to say how after this moment she kept asking questions about, like, what the hell are you talking about kind of situation. How did he get a gun? Where were you? Where were the other kids?
Because you can't just say something like that, then
Yeah.
move on like you didn't just say that.
Yeah. We're not going to pretend like you didn't just say what you just said.
Yeah, no, we can't.
Yeah.
No. But also good on this neighbor, because...
Y'all are about to be a little bit mad at me. Because I'm going to leave you hanging.
I mean, I'm already mad, but, like, not at you.
I know, but you're going to be mad at me because I'm not going to answer any of these questions right this second.
I figured you weren't. We're in the beginning.
Yeah. When the police show up to the house, they are greeted by mother of four, Sushi Staples.
Sushi? Is that her real name?
Sushi is her legal name.
Like, on the birth certificate and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought my parents hated me.
She is obviously the one that lives in the house with her children. Sushi, legal name, told the officers that she doesn't know anyone in Rock Island, which you heard already. Everything seemed pretty normal in the house. Kids running around, playing. Nothing seemed off at all. Definitely not the kind of environment that would, like, indicate a child shot themselves.
And is still in the house.
Yeah, exactly. They even admitted to thinking the call was a little crazy, but that they were just there doing their jobs. Let me tell you about Sushi really quick. She is a caretaker at Mercy One Genesis Hospital, as well as a student at the local community college. She had a very messy divorce with her now ex-husband, Latez. He had also moved on to another woman, and this woman apparently hated Sushi. I feel like that kind of happens a lot, though, but I don't know. I don't know if that's actually real or not.
But, you know, we love a good side piece drama.
Precisely. Back to this conversation that Sushi was having with the police. She instantly turned it around and was saying that her ex-husband and his girlfriend were obsessed with her and constantly, like, very constantly trying to get her.
Why? What does this have anything to do with them investigating, like, this question? It didn't come from them. I know she doesn't know that, but...
Yeah. I have another clip for you.
Okay.
My ex-husband, his new girlfriend, this broad is off the chain. I have went down to Rock Island and filed a police report on her.
Okay.
I have went and put a restraining order on her.
What's her name?
Her name is Tony. This girl is never in it. She has so many different Facebook pages she stalks me from. She has made up different names, called me from different numbers. I have changed my number, tried to do everything I can.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can never seem to get them served because they're always bouncing around in the Chicago area.
Oh, okay. They're not even down here.
They're not even out here. And
Okay.
it's been a constant...
Have we been here before?
No, you've never come to my house for anything. I've been here for 7 years and never had a problem in Rock Island.
Yeah, I didn't know who you
I
were.
work...
So what confuses me about all of this is that she's lived there for 6 or 7 years. She has said 6 and 7 years at this point. But she doesn't know anyone?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, you have kids in the neighborhood. You know people.
Yeah. I will give her, like, a small benefit of the doubt here, because, like, I've lived in my complex for 2 years now. I don't know fucking anyone.
But you live in, like, an apartment complex.
A big apartment complex,
Yeah, and,
too.
like, when I lived in an apartment complex, I didn't really know any of my neighbors. I think I made friends with, like, a couple people because I met them at the pool, but I was 18.
Yeah.
So you want to meet people and stuff, and they're my age. But, I mean, I live in my neighborhood, and I didn't really know our neighbors until Nicole started playing with all the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Also, the thing is, though, we live in a pretty big city.
Yeah.
It's big. I run into people I know everywhere. And with this is considered a very small town compared to where we live. You have to know someone.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that part already.
I know. Anyway, she continued to divert the conversation to this crazy lady and not mention anything about the allegations that are being brought to her. So the cop was basically like, hey, I get it. I'm just here trying to do my job. All right?
So they made some allegation that you had a son and he shot himself
Sir,
and he's in your
come on
basement.
now. You think, look where I live.
No, I get it. Just so I can check the box off, can I look in your basement real quick and I'll get out of
No,
here?
you need a search warrant to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not about to have my rights violated because someone makes Uranus allegations like this.
I know. Like I said, it sounded crazy to me too. I'm just up here seeing if, we have to investigate it, no matter how crazy it sounds.
If you want to do that, I would suggest you go through the proper protocols. I'm not about to let some crazy woman who has my husband make Uranus accusations like this and have my rights violated.
No, I get it. That's what
that is not okay. I have 4 girls in here.
That's what I'm just asking. I'm not
4 children.
I'm not trying to blame anything on you. I'm not saying this is true. I was just asking. Okay.
This is nuts.
That's all it is. Okay.
Stop. First of all, we're going to get instant offensive about a search warrant. Be like, no, you can't search it, ma'am. And then, Uranus?
So here's
Uranus?
Here's actually what I have written down. First of all, Uranus is a planet.
Like...
I'm sorry for laughing, but that...
No,
that
that's totally worth laughing because that's... She just starts, like, panic talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, like, second of all, like, if you have nothing to hide, why wouldn't you let the cops in?
And
like,
also...
just do a little quick looky-look around your basement and go.
Right? If there's nothing to hide and she's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, your husband? Isn't it your ex-husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like the police don't want to be there just as much as you don't want them there. Just let them in and move on. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, normal people would.
Mm-hmm. I have another clip now, though.
I cannot have any peace where I live.
And you guys only have girls?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 4. Do you want to see them?
No. They said it was a son. I was just curious if that's even true.
It's not.
Okay.
It's a never-ending story with these two.
I get. Like I said, I'm not trying to bother you or anything, but we get a call. No matter how crazy it sounds, we still got to come up and see if there's any truth.
And this is crazy.
It is.
This is very crazy.
Okay.
I have been living here for 6 years. My neighbors have never had a complaint. Don't you think if my neighbors would have heard something like that, they would have made a call or said something to somebody?
I would believe so, yeah.
Just think about it. It don't make no kind of sense. This girl is psycho.
Okay.
She's harassed my job.
Do you know her phone number by chance?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know her phone number.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry to bother you. Okay.
So she'd be harassing you, she with your husband, but you don't know her number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll touch on that in like a quick second. But first, you know how I said she was a mother of 4?
Yeah.
Wrong.
Mother of 5.
8.
Oh, shit.
She is the mother of 8 children, and there are 12 years in between the eldest and the youngest. She was actually deemed an unfit mother, and the 2 oldest were removed from her and put into the care of DCFS.
Okay.
Her ex-husband was also not the only father, but I could not find any other information on any of the kids or their situations because they are all minors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. As you just saw, the police were yet again apologizing for intruding on her night, right? And Sushi continued on after the police apologized to her and tried to leave that her her husband and his girlfriend.
Not her ex-husband, her husband.
Have been emailing her and harassing her all the time. She was trying to show the officer emails, but like you could just kind of tell he didn't want to be there and just wanted to go. He told her that he was going to put in the notes that this was just a harassment issue, and then they left after talking to her for 5 minutes and 18 seconds.
That's all? I mean, she was kind of being a little extra about that. I don't know. I don't know if these cops were at the end of their shift and didn't feel like doing all this, but...
You know, it was at 9 o'clock at night, 9:30 at night that they were at.
Nah, that shouldn't
Her
be.
house?
That should have been.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
in those 5 minutes that they were just talking to her, she said multiple times that she only had 4 children and they were all girls. She did not have a son that lived at the home.
Yeah.
It is confirmed she had an older son, but he wasn't at the house.
Yeah. She's claimed she has 4 girls there.
Yes. Yep. Something didn't sit right with the police on this, so they did a little bit more digging and came across some very interesting information. Miss Sushi is on government assistance for her children. So she's getting welfare payments for each of them. These kids are also not in school. They are not enrolled in school at all.
Okay.
She took them out of public school and kept them home to homeschool them.
That's never a good sign.
Which, like, okay, you claim you work 2 jobs and you are enrolled in college. Where do you get the time to homeschool your children? Like, I know some parents do it, and power to them.
Is she a single parent as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Considering she keeps referring to her ex-husband as her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. When police were speaking to the neighbors, they were told they didn't really see the kids a lot, but when they do, they see the girls in the backyard or playing with chalk on the sidewalk, riding their scooters in the driveway.
Normal kid shit.
Normal. Totally normal. Clearly, they don't have a lot of money, so they do what they can to get them by. I know my sister and I didn't really need a whole lot. Like, we kept each other very entertained.
Yeah.
And my mom will tell you straight up that she's happy she had 2 kids because we kept each other entertained. So,
yeah.
I'm very thankful. Thank you, even though I was the second born. While they were doing that digging on her government assistance, they came across some documents that Sushi was receiving payments for 10-year-old Zion Staples.
Of course they did.
They were also given documents from DCFS from back in 2021. So 2 years prior.
Oh, you mean like the DCFS that's never been to their house?
Yeah.
And that's never been called on her?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
These documents stated they were called out to the house, and there was a young boy named Zion that was at the property. Ding, ding, ding.
That.
Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner.
We have a liar.
Yeah, pretty much. And by that, I mean, like, the police were granted their search warrant.
But good on these cops for leaving that situation being like, none of this feels right.
Yeah.
And then continuing to dig, because they could have just left it alone.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, honestly, they may have reported back to DCFS, and they were like, nay, nay, look.
Yeah.
So,
I could also see that happening.
And so the police were given their search warrant, and they were given it real fast.
Oh, nice.
Real fast. July 26th.
So
The next
day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and
perfect.
we're still in 2023, in case you forgot. At about 6 p.m., knock, knock, knock.
Oh my gosh, they had that within like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. Knock, knock, knock. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Not good because you got a search warrant.
They were not playing around.
She looked out the window. Hello,
Yes.
Sushi? Can you come out?
What's going on?
Well, just step on out. I'll explain everything.
Wait a minute, my kids are here.
Okay, I understand that, but we have a search warrant for the
We're asking you for
house.
your cooperation to be up front with us.
Okay, hold on.
So step on out.
No, step
What
out.
part of the house do you all have a search warrant for?
The whole house.
The whole
entire
house.
So you need to step out. Step out.
Okay, I'm gonna open
Okay.
the door.
Open the door.
We'll all walk in casually. We're not going to tear up your house or anything, so...
Calm down, my kids are in here.
Okay.
Please.
How many?
4.
And where at in the house?
They're upstairs. I just made them go upstairs. I don't want to scare my kids. Can we just calm
These
down?
officers are gonna walk in there with you, and I got a copy of the warrant out here for you, hon.
Can I see the warrant, please? And I can call my
Once we get
lawyer.
everything secured here.
Can I see the warrant before we walk any further?
Just,
I'm calm.
we have a valid search warrant, so...
I understand, but you haven't let me see it yet, and you're walking through my
we're in
house.
It's right here. You don't run how we
Yeah,
go.
you don't. Yeah, you're not in control of this.
Okay, I'm trying to see. You all?
So, I need your phone, too.
My phone. That's not my phone.
Well, that's phone is taken.
Hold on to that.
I always love when people try to block officers' way and is like, I need to read the search warrant and call my lawyer 1st. No, you don't. And then I'm taking her phone. Just
That was boop. I just love how he just like snatched it. It was like
didn't even have to snatch. She just reached over, took it out of her hand, and
passed it off.
it's like what I do to my daughter when she
Yeah.
like has unnecessary attitude, and I'm all, oh well, thank you.
I know. It made me giggle. There were multiple officers present for this search, and while 2 detectives sat down with Sushi to chat with her, the others started walking around the property to do their search. I won't show you the body footage of that, but they beelined straight to the basement.
I bet they did.
Yeah. It honestly looked pretty empty. There was a large vat down there, and it honestly kind of reminded me of like really big gas tanks
Okay.
that you see at like properties. And for that being my very first thought, I was like, I think I've been playing too much GTA. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, just look. It's the giant like tanks.
Yeah, but that was like ultimately the best way I feel like I could have described it. It looked rusted, and they like knocked on it, and they're like, it's empty. So they kept looking, and they didn't really find much in regards to like blood or a body, nothing to make it seem like a child was shot in this house. Now, on to the interview that they were having with Sushi.
I'm gonna need them to go open that.
It's not like that.
Okay.
It's not that kind of tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just have an empty. Okay.
And
Older
it
house.
sounded very hollow.
Heard.
Like if you hear it, it sounds very hollow.
Got you.
There's recorded footage. It's a body cam footage, and I'm going to be playing parts of it for you and summarizing the rest of it. Parts of it are cut out and redacted, so if you're watching the video on here, like, just be aware, just because there's minors involved and we want to respect their privacy. It starts with them sitting at a dining room table, and she's visibly very scared. She asks them if she can have her phone to call her family and let them know, and the police are like, hey, like, you're not under arrest. You're fine. Like, we understand you're scared. We're just here to ask questions.
Yeah, why are you so scared if you don't have a son?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, they weren't playing around with her, though. Like, they're trying to calm her down, but they're just like, by the way, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, not kidding, they jump straight into it.
So the reason we're here, okay, is because we're investigating a call that we had, okay? The officers came out and talked to you last night, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have to handle that real seriously, okay? Because the allegations are that you have a son and that he's deceased and he's here in this house. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Do you have a son named Zion?
No, I don't.
You've never had a son named Zion.
No.
Are you claiming benefits for a kid named Zion?
No. I haven't gotten any benefits for anyone. I just recently went through a situation where a young lady stole my identity and she falsely filed my taxes and my informations and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with the FBI. I've been working with the IRS. There's been a lot of things popping up, and
She is still denying that she had a son named Zion, and now she claims that someone had stolen her identity recently. I'm assuming that she was also trying to indicate that this person probably claimed a child named Zion under her name so they could get benefits, like, illegally, is what I'm personally assuming.
We have a lot of deflecting, but our body language is very much showing guilt and the silent hands up in the air talking about you have a son. Like, we didn't deny, we didn't confirm.
Crazy.
I understand being questioned by the police is scary and having your house searched, but if you truly don't have anything to hide, why are we acting like that?
Yeah.
Have you had any interactions with DCFS up in Chicago?
I did.
Okay.
False calls that were made.
Okay.
Correct.
One of the calls from 2021, DCFS came out to your residence in Chicago, and there was a Zion Staples there. Along with your 4 daughters, and then another young boy.
We had kids in the neighborhood come over.
So,
Some of those kids that were implicated were not, in fact, our children. They were there.
so you're saying there was a kid in your apartment that was not your kid, named Zion.
I didn't say his name was
Staples.
Zion. No.
Well, somewhere here we've got to clear this up with this Zion
Yes.
Staples.
Yes, and
Benefits, listen to it. Benefits being put in his name that you're receiving from.
I haven't
And
received
then,
any benefits.
and then also involved in this.
I haven't received any benefits. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, it's
Someone
understated.
has stolen my identity. I have proof of that. If you go in my phone, you'll be able to see the messages between me and the FBI agent in Milwaukee. So I'm
But, this is separate from that with the DCFS call.
because somebody is obviously claiming benefits and getting
No, no, no,
probably
no,
getting
no,
food
no, no,
stamps
no.
or
But
something.
they're
That's
getting
separate.
food stamps for your 4 daughters and Zion.
And I've been having a hard time with that because I can't get any because of that, and I've been working on it.
Yeah.
So there it is, just like I said. Someone's claiming benefits under her name.
But
for
it
a
can't
child
be
named
her.
Zion.
And there was no, I never said his name was Zion. Oh my lord.
And the DCFS paperwork has Zion written on it, but yet again, she double, triples, quadruples down that she doesn't have a son named Zion.
And I also really enjoy that she talked about there's other kids in the neighborhood who are implicated that have the same last name as you. And I like how before she didn't say anything about her not getting benefits for the other 4 kids, just somebody stole her identity.
Yeah.
And now someone also is receiving benefits for all 5 of the kids. But it's not her.
Precisely, yeah. So how in the hell does DCFS have documents with the name Zion on it? Did they, pull that name out of their ass? They must have, because she doesn't have a child named Zion.
Because, DCFS doesn't have enough to do, so we're just going to make fake children and go ahead and do this.
Absolutely. At this point, we are about 5 minutes into their conversation with Sushi. All of this has come out that quick. It's kind of great. They are not giving into her bullshit, and they just keep pressing her.
Good. I mean, not like it's hard, but...
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to find anything in your house that has Zion's name on it? Birth certificate, social security card, or anything like that?
Nope.
Well, because we're seizing your phone, okay?
I understand you're seizing
So-
it, but that's I should be able to at least call my lawyer still. I shouldn't be held in my own house and not be able to call my counsel.
Well, are you requesting a lawyer right now? Because if you request a lawyer right now, we're done talking.
And then what? You're going to arrest me?
I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to search your
We're gonna
house.
search his house upside and down. Because somewhere here we need to get to the bottom of this Zion thing.
I can't
And
help
this
it
is
when
coming
people
from
call.
other. This is coming from other people. This is
I
getting
can't
mentioned.
help it
'Cause
when
look,
people
this-
call and make allegations against me. People do this
Okay.
every day out of
Look,
spite.
look.
And I possibly had some visitors. It was probably the summertime.
So where
and I
would
had
where would
people
they get
that
the
come
name
over.
Zion
Where would they come up with
Staples?
Zion Staples?
I don't
and
know.
It be your
People
son.
make it up all the time. People make it up all the time.
But see, DCFS does not come into your home and say, okay, have the neighbors over and let's do all this personal stuff that affects you and your family in front of all these other people.
They did.
They do it with you.
They did.
And they do it
Oh.
with your family.
They did though. They very much did that.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
If you are claiming people back and forth amongst family members to get bigger returns, our biggest concern is that we can have somebody with law enforcement say, this is Zion, this is what's going on, and he is fine. Because right now, we have a person that exists, but we can't lay eyes on him, and it's a child.
I really enjoy when they get told that if they ask for a lawyer, all the questioning stops, and then they keep talking.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Dumb Criminals. Good on these cops, though. They are
I love
hella
these cops.
pressing, and they are not
Yeah.
going with her bullshit at all.
Yeah. I really love these cops. They're laying into her, but she seemed to have a story and excuse for everything.
And not a good one either.
yeah, she just kept sitting there and shaking her head at them and denying it, talking about her lawyers. They even told her, if you're requesting an attorney, we'll stop talking to you now. Nope. She just kept denying, so they kept on talking, and they kept on searching the house. Uh, I kind of skipped over this part, but okay, so if you don't notice, there's a bunch of beeps and vibrations going on within this video. Body cams that police wear have to beep and vibrate so they're aware that they're on and recording. She even stopped them, like, talking to her at one point, like, right at the end there, where he was like, I just need to know where he's at. We just need to know what's going on. And she was just like, what is that noise? Oh, and, like, looking around, freaking out.
Oh, my God.
And, like, she ended up putting her hands in her head and being really dramatic. Like, what is the noise? Oh. Like, at this point, you've been sitting here for, like, 25 minutes.
And it's been happening.
And you haven't noticed until just now?
You always hear that. And I always thought that it was like their phones and like call, like their radio and their phone stuff, like doing stuff and getting calls in or getting information and stuff. But
Nope, it's their body cam to indicate that it's on.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Finally, the cops find something while they're searching the house.
Ooh, what do they find?
A birth certificate with the name Zion Staples on it.
I'm shocked.
Birth certificate?
What is that?
It's birth certificate.
For Zion Staples.
Zion Staples.
That's not mine.
Sushi Staples. Child. It's found in your
We
room.
need
along
to
with the
get
Social Security card.
this
Stop
figured out. Stop
lying.
It's over.
Where's that kid? You need to come clean because we're not going anywhere. This is just, you're just going to dig yourself a bigger grave now. I asked you if there's anything with Zion's name in this house. You said no.
Damn. The silence is so loud from her.
I actually, no shit, I said right here, that silence is loud.
We're the same person, guys.
To a point, yeah.
Half the time we write what the other person is, or say what the other person wrote.
You have done it for almost every single clip.
Oh, really?
I've skipped over so much of what I've written because you've said exactly what I put down.
Yay, look at us go.
It's like we write true crime scripts.
It is. It's like we do the same job.
Crazy.
That cop, though, gift basket.
God.
Gift basket.
I think the whole department gets it because it wasn't just the one.
Yeah.
There was,
the dad voice. The dad, when dad sat in the corner and just been watching you lie and lie and lie to your mom and digging yourself. He said grave, not even a hole. He straight went to grave. But yeah, just...
If you are not watching on YouTube and you just heard all of this, they've caught her red-handed at this point. And her silence obviously was very loud. And you can see her face drop as soon as they told her that they found this.
Oh yeah, the panic and the almost starting to cry and all of it.
Yep. If you look close enough and you watch her face, you can tell she's trying to think of something, anything to get out of this.
She has a horrible poker face.
Here's what she said to them.
I needed some extra help, okay? That was it.
What do you mean by that?
I had a person that makes documents. And it was just really hard,
So is Zion a real person?
no.
I'ma say it. Is my favorite rule of criminals, of dumb criminals. Let's admit to the smaller crime so we don't have to admit to the big crime.
Yeah.
Why do they all do this? Why are they always like, well, just a little bit of fraud, it's fine.
Pretty much. So now she's saying she had someone forge documents for her to make it seem like there's a child named Zion at the house, just so she can get benefits, even though she just sat there for a half hour. I didn't get any benefits. There's no one named Zion.
My identity was stolen. They must be making fake people.
They're getting benefits for these people, not I.
I haven't been able to get any of that.
Yeah. So, again, she's literally admitting to a different crime yet still denying that anyone named Zion exists.
I can't call a lawyer and let them know you are here. I can't call a lawyer to come here to my house while I'm being questioned by you.
If you want an attorney right now, we can we'll just be done.
We'll be done.
All right.
But the investigation continues.
Okay.
Okay. Go and turn around for me.
Oh, no. I'm going to jail? What am I going to jail for? What have I done?
You just admitted to fraud.
So now you're going to railroad me on fraud?
Railroad you what? We're trying to figure out where your kid is.
My kid.
You're saying that he doesn't exist.
My kid.
I really love how she still will not say, I want a lawyer. She keeps asking the question. They keep telling her, but she will not say, I want a lawyer. And then is silent. Oh my God. I love these officers.
I know. You just admitted to fraud.
I just love him pulling out the handcuffs. Why?
She's like, I'm just going to say okay, and they'll go away. And he's like, all right, turn around.
I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't expecting him to do that.
I love it. I love that he did that.
I love these officers. They're over her.
However, we are continuing with the story that Zion does not exist. But she was complaining that she doesn't have her phone to be able to call her lawyer or anyone. One thing I didn't show, as they were like sitting there talking to her, like trying to get information, they were sitting there going through her phone. They actually came across a text thread between Sushi and another lady. They did not confirm the name of this lady. I have a feeling we know who it is.
Okay.
Latricia.
The person who called?
The person who called DCFS.
Okay.
Just a feeling. No confirmation, but whatever. Basically, the text started the night before, after the police had initially come over for the welfare check. Sushi ended up texting this person and talking mad shit. Why did you call the cops? I can't believe you. When I told you stuff, it was in confidence. Just talking mad shit.
Hold on. Pause for the cause.
Yeah.
Didn't she say all in that 5-minute body cam footage that it was her husband and his crazy new girlfriend? And who, But they leave and we instantly know who reported?
Okay, hold on. When the cop first got there, he said, "Do you know a Latricia?"
Okay.
So
there we go.
She just instantly skipped over that. Like, I don't know anyone, and then moved on to that.
Got you. Okay.
When the cops asked her about these text messages, she responded that she was texting her ex-husband's girlfriend, Tony, telling her she needed to stop harassing her and to leave her alone. But if you think back to the first body cam footage, the cop asked for Tony's number, and she said she didn't have it.
Oh, huh.
And she said she didn't know anyone named Latricia. She doesn't know anyone here, so okay then. Like,
what?
No one could pay me enough any money to believe anything this woman says.
No. And why do they always instantly text?
I don't know. It just
I mean, I love it. Keep doing it. It gives us stuff to read.
Keeps us entertained.
It really does.
But she is a pathological liar.
Really?
I can't.
I hadn't gathered that yet.
Really?
Yeah. I was getting there, though, I think.
So they go to arrest her. And of course she's playing the victim card here. This is embarrassing. Do you gotta take my dignity away from me and put me in cuffs? In front of my kids? She keeps going, my neighbors have known me for 6 years. I work 2 jobs. I work at the hospital. I'm so embarrassed.
Her neighbors she doesn't know?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
They actually ended up cuffing her, in her front, so not behind her back, and walked her to the car pretty nicely, very nicely.
But why? That's not fun.
I know.
Where was that big chest energy from inside?
I know. This next video doesn't have any audio, so I'm going to be describing it as it plays. After the police searched the house and found a few questioning things, which I will touch on here shortly, they noticed that there was a detached garage also on the property. They walk into the garage, and it is pretty much empty, minus some items in the back corner. There were some plastic totes, plastic storage containers that had some drawers on them, a small charcoal barbecue, some gas cans, a for rent sign, a handful of scooters, some black trash bags that were kind of full of something, some were empty, a lawnmower, and a bunch of air fresheners, and a bag of ice melt.
Well, that's weird.
I mean, it seems like pretty normal stuff you would have in a garage.
Minus the bunch of air fresheners.
Yes. All of these items were pushed into the corner of the garage, and when the cops started moving some of the items, they noticed there was a silver metal garbage can with a matching lid, and it was tucked into the far back corner with stuff on top of it. They started moving the items and noticed a smell coming from the corner. So they went, grabbed a camera, started taking pictures of everything. You can see one officer look at the other, walk over to the garbage can, grab the handle, and start moving it. And he has to put some force behind moving it. He drags it out from the corner, takes a few more pictures. He examines the can a bit more up close, pulls it into the middle of the garage, and barely opens the lid. He looks in and closes the lid. From there, the other officer walks up to the can, lifts the lid, looks inside, and walks away. Inside of this metal garbage can was the body of 10-year-old Zion Staples, still in his Spider-Man pajama pants from the night that he died.
It's awful. And those poor officers and
oh my gosh,
crime scene tech, like, that is horrible. You can see the pause and, like, the look on his face of, like, I know I have to open this. I don't want to open this. And he just, I like how he just barely and went, okay, you come do this because I can't. It was very, reminded me, we haven't talked about this case. We will one day when I can say her last name without laughing every time. Taylor Shabusiness.
Oh, yeah.
And with the bucket that the cop pulled the towel back on. I mean, same, just, I feel for those officers who had to do that.
Absolutely. Because just the way that they looked at each other. Heartbreaking. The police go and confront Sushi about the discovery. She finally broke down and confessed that she did have a son named Zion, and he shot himself in December.
In December?
Yes. It is July. He shot himself in December while she was out running errands, and she hid his body in a tote in the basement, then moved his body to the garbage can in the garage in May so her daughters wouldn't find it. She said that she didn't call anyone and hid his body until she could afford a funeral for him. He was in that can for 8 months.
I'm sorry, that's not how this works. And you also work in a hospital. So. Not fucking okay.
Obviously, she was arrested and charged with endangerment of a child, concealing the death of another, failure to report the death of a child 13 and under, and obstruction of justice by destroying evidence, and was being held on a $500,000 bond.
Did they talk to the other kids in the house?
I'll touch on that in a minute. The coroner conducted the autopsy and said that the preliminary results indicate that the death is suspicious and not natural.
Well, yes.
I'm actually going to skip ahead at this point because most of the information did not come out until trial.
Okay.
So
which
everything
happens a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. During a hearing in August of 2023, so not that long after, Detective Shepard, who was the one who was originally interviewing her and, like, searching the house and everything, he came to testify.
Yeah.
He told the judge how Sushi was denying Zion even existed multiple times, that the house had clothes and dryer sheets shoved inside of every single vent, how Sushi deleted and got rid of every single photo of Zion, making it seem like he never existed. Oh.
Are you serious?
And to make matters worse, she tried to burn his body.
What?
She called the garbage can that she put him into the burn barrel. Yeah. And if you didn't catch on, like, at all, not a single one of our posts nor our thumbnail has a photo of Zion, and that's because she literally tried to wipe him off the face of the earth and throw him away.
So there's
a reason.
no pictures of him?
I have no pictures of Zion. There's a reason I didn't show you a picture of him before I started recording this. We always show each other pictures.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Like, that makes me want to cry right now, that there's
Same.
not a single picture of him at all.
There's not a single photo of him.
Like, not his dad. No.
However, she had to keep his legal documents so she could continue to get benefits from the government. I have not been able to find a single photo of this poor boy anywhere. If you happen to know this family or Zion and you happen to have a photo of him, please send it to us. Please. I don't want to have that monster's face on this episode anymore, and he deserves to be seen and remembered.
Yeah, please. Any picture. Like, I know they got pulled out of school, so we might not even have, like, a school picture of him.
They were never enrolled in any schools in Rock Island.
Okay.
But, like, prior to that, I have no idea.
That's...
Nothing.
That's awful.
Yeah. I know, I'm getting carried away right now. I can feel it. I'm livid.
No, I feel that top the rage charts right there.
Oh, I'm going to get you more enraged. Let me get back to this hearing really quick, though. I'm going to bring the rage down a little. Detective Shepard also testified that when he spoke to the other children in the house, 2 of the daughters admitted that they watched Zion grab the gun out of his mom's room and, quote, was playing with it and accidentally shot himself in the head, end quote. When they called their mom, they told her that Zion was gone. That's how they worded it. Like, he was gone. Not, like...
Dead. Just gone.
He's gone. When she got home, she moved his body and had the girls rip up the carpet since there was blood all over it.
How... We don't know their ages, do we?
Nope.
Oh, my God.
But I just know there was a 12-year difference between them, and he was 10.
But the older ones...
were
already moved out.
So
was he the youngest then, or no?
He was not the youngest.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Detective Shepard went on to say that when they were searching the house, there was a room that looked like it belonged to a young boy. And there was another room in the house that had different flooring inside of the rest. Like... than the rest of the house did. So that kind of corroborates.
Yeah.
By this time, the full autopsy had come out, and it indicated that Zion had died of a gunshot to the head, but it was ruled an accident.
Okay.
Yeah. With this information, the judge declared there was enough probable cause, so Miss Sushi was set to go to trial.
Good.
Trial was set for October of 2023, but then Sushi's attorney withdrew herself from the case. And the judge was like, okay, that's cool, I allow it. And then ended up appointing someone from the public defender's office to represent her.
Okay.
Because of that, trial was pushed to January of 2024. However, January 4th, 2024, Sushi Staples takes a plea deal. She pled guilty to endangering the life of a child. In exchange, prosecutors dropped 3 additional charges against her, including obstruction of justice, failure to report the death of a child, and concealment of a death. On February 16th, she was sentenced to 2 years in prison with credit for time served.
Be so fucking for real right now. 2 years?
With time served. And at that point, she had I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt and then you can say. At that point, she had already been in jail since July. So at that time of sentencing, she only had to be in jail for
a year and some change.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna say. She had already been in for. Oh my god.
Yeah, she could get more years on the fraud.
Yes. Really, there's more. There's more. 2 months after her sentencing, she filed a motion to have her sentence reconsidered.
Of course she did.
And claimed that she had ineffective assistance of counsel. She actually wrote the judge a letter stating that her sentencing was unfair. I'm going to read.
Yeah, it was unfair because it wasn't long enough.
I agree. I'm gonna read a small portion of this letter to you really quick, okay?
Please do.
I'm asking for a reconsideration of sentence because I am a first-time felon and never been to prison, and my last charge with law enforcement was over 20 years ago and was a misdemeanor. And I feel I should receive a deferred judgment, mental health court, and probation. I don't think I should be sent to prison or committed to a mental facility because prior to my son's death, I sought medical health services. There was a lot more. She also doesn't know how to use periods or commas. Yikes.
I personally...
Oh, I didn't even mention this part. She did try to play the mental health part of it.
I gathered.
Wonderful.
I really, truly enjoy how people who are responsible in some way for the death of another person always claims the unfair card now. Like, this is so unfair to me. Like, I can't do this.
I've never been a felon before.
I haven't had anything wrong in 20 years. You can't do this to me. I'm not gonna make it in prison. Cool. Then don't fucking murder people.
Yeah. She didn't get charged with murder, though.
I know. Allegedly, don't murder people.
She actually ended up withdrawing this motion pretty quickly. Thank God. Y'all, let me compose myself really quick. According to Illinois State inmate records, Sushi was released from Logan Correctional Center on July 25th, 2024, obviously, with parole anticipated to continue until January 25th, 2025. So as of today, she is free and off of parole.
I understand plea deals, but can we stop dropping so many charges off when we don't have a larger one? Like, I don't... It's not like we dropped all that off for a murder charge. Those I'm always fine with.
Yeah. My other thing is also, before I move on, is... Yes, I understand her daughters corroborated the story that he shot himself. How do we know?
And only two of them.
Yes. How do we know that she did not tell them to say this?
Exactly, and especially if they watch, like, I could see if, this is just my personal opinion and theory, if those two watched her do this,
yeah,
or she didn't realize they watched, obviously they're terrified because they just watched their mom shoot their brother, so they're going to do and say whatever she says, because not only did she do that, she made them help cover it up, and then also kept his body in the garage as a reminder to shut the fuck up.
Basement and garage.
Yeah. So,
Even though they say that she alleges that the kids didn't know, but their brother just disappeared.
Yeah, and
then
two of them
not
know
having
about
them
it.
in school
Helps her out.
And not having them leave the house, essentially, so they don't talk to anyone.
Yeah, I feel like they should have investigated this more. I feel like they took all of it out of word, or they just couldn't prove it.
Yeah. Well, and then with the coroner deeming it as an accident, that corroborates it as well. So maybe it was an accident. And even if it was an accident, why the hell are you hiding it? Why are you...
Yeah,
why didn't you call the cop?
like, do you think you're going to get the rest of the kids taken away? Because if it was truly an accident and it happened while you were at work and you came home, like,
I mean, she had 2 other kids taken away because she was deemed unfit already, so they probably would have.
yeah. And also, maybe
It's a simple answer. She hid it because she wanted to continue getting
Oh,
the benefits.
absolutely.
well, yeah, that's absolutely part
And
of
she
it.
didn't
Or,
actually give a shit about her kids. That's obvious.
yeah.
I. You know what? I'm not
Sometimes
gonna
I
say
forget that
I'll
I
say
think
it in a
about,
minute.
like, a normal person and not, like, a dumbass. So,
Not a criminal. Not like
Yeah.
a criminal. Weird. This is generally when I like to tell you about our victim and the impact they had on those around them or the community. But unfortunately, his life was reduced to a birth certificate and notes from DCFS. And for what? Financial gain? Selfishness? Make it make sense. I'm talking directly to Sushi Staples for this part. I pray that every single time you close your eyes, whether it's going to sleep or even blinking, that you see Zion. I pray that when your daughters grow up, they realize what you did to their brother and what you made them do to cover your ass. I pray that everywhere, wherever you go, his name haunts you. You are a monster, and his blood is on your hands. What kind of mother would deny a child after an accident like that? Deny them at all.
a mother wouldn't.
You are no mother.
Well said.
Now I'm talking to the jury. Our jury.
Our jury.
Do you think this was an accident? Do you think her sentencing was fair? Clearly, I do not believe that we got justice for Zion.
I don't believe we got justice for Zion either.
Even if this was an accident, no one should ever be tossed away like yesterday's trash. Everyone should be remembered and have a photo to look at.
I think that's just the most damning part of this is the fact that she tried to erase him. That right there tells me that this was more than an accident. You don't, if it was an accident, wouldn't you want to remember him? Still be able to see him?
Yeah.
Have something?
Yeah. I'm very angry, if you can't tell.
Oh, I've not joined you. I now understand why this made you so mad.
Yeah. But that is the case of Zion Staples.
Yeah, that's infuriating.
Absolutely it is. But thank you guys for joining us today. I know you are probably just as upset as we are. So, sorry. Have a good day. Hopefully this didn't come out the week of a full moon.
Oh no. I hope not.
I don't
I'll be
think
raging.
so. No. The full moon was on the 12th of February, so we're okay.
Okay.
Yeah. New
Right
moon
on.
though. Sorry. But that was our case today. If you guys enjoyed listening to us and getting upset with us, please go follow us on all platforms. Oh my gosh, what platforms do we have? We have so many. Spotify, Apple. I called it Apples earlier.
Apples.
I felt like such like a grandmother millennial doing that.
We're on YouTube. Audible we just learned
We're
about.
on Audible, man.
iHeartRadio. Just go ahead and click that follow, subscribe, like button. I don't know where it's at on your screen right now. Down there, over there, up there, somewhere.
Probably
click
down
it.
there somewhere.
And then also go over there and give us 5 stars. Write us a little review. Just be like, I love your face. Anything helps.
Go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on TikTok.
Oh my gosh, can you guys please follow us on Instagram? Because we have nobody over there.
Really?
We have 55 people. Can y'all come join us on Instagram? Please. I don't know how to do it. Help.
Anyway, follow us everywhere. You can also find us on our website, justiceforpodcast.com. On there you can find resources, tons and tons and tons of resources. You can find all of our episodes, pictures, and you can go submit a case if you want to hear more about something, but you don't want to do the research. We got you.
We love the case submissions. You guys have been sending them in.
Gosh, we've gotten so many.
We have gotten so many, and we're getting through them too. We make sure that we put that at the top of the list when you guys do a case submission. Some of them we have to push off because y'all are wild out there.
We have some really exciting stuff happening right now. We've had a couple of cases that we have like written out and ready to go, and then something comes up and we're like, we gotta wait.
Yeah, this year we have a lot of things in the work for you guys that are going to be very different from our normal episodes, and we're very excited for you.
I'm so excited for you.
We're so excited. Yes. So please stay tuned on all of our socials, because we will, like, once we know, we'll be informing you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that we're not sponsored by them or anything, but I want to shout out to Humble Coffee for giving me bomb coffee this morning and a phenomenal breakfast.
They're local to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So we're not sponsored yet, but
Thank you for giving us caffeine this morning and getting us through this story. I have nothing further. How about you?
I don't have anything else. I just want to throw things now.
Same.
Can I just add one thing?
Yeah.
You kind of touched on it before, but if anybody out there has any photos, any descriptions of Zion, even if it is like a written description, hell, I will commission an artwork just so that we have something for him.
Yes. I mean, even if we just get his favorite color.
I want to know something.
Anything. The world deserves to know about him, and we want to learn about him.
Yeah. It breaks my heart that I don't have anything to give you guys on him. Like, genuinely, I know we're getting ready to end this episode. When I first read about this, you were doing her nails, and I FaceTimed the group really fast. And I told you guys a little bit about it. And I was like, I'm pissed. I was at work, and I stopped everything just so I could tell you guys about it. Like, it's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking, but that's also why we do this. Because
absolutely.
How else would anybody else know?
But yes, if you know anything about Zion, please send it to us. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Well, that is all we have for you guys. We will catch you next week with another deep dive episode, because that's what we do. So, we'll see you then. Okay. Love you. Bye.